And as you build out these personas, you might find that the business idea that you have doesn't have a place in the market as it exists today. And that what that means is that you can save a lot of time and money before going out and spending money on marketing or product or buying supplies.
Kia ora team, Richard Liew here, editor at nzentrepreneur.co.nz, and today in our next session of The Knowledge Base, we're talking with Ben Van Rooy. Ben's joining us from Auckland, and he is the founder and director of Human Digital. Ben, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today.
Kia ora, Richard. Nice to be here.
Awesome. So for people who may not have heard of Human Digital, can you tell us what you're all about?
Sure. So Human Digital is a human-centered design and marketing agency. We're based in Ponsonby in Auckland, as well as in Sydney. And we work with mostly B2B firms and some B2C firms to help them design great experiences and to market those experiences to customers.
Right. So in marketing, we're going to get into this soon. It's a massive field. So much to learn and be across. But how did you get your start in marketing, and what led you to launching Human Digital?
Brilliant. My background is a lot of corporate work, and a lot of the work that I enjoyed most in my corporate career was marketing and design. My background is business administration and BA, and then I've come into design and marketing as a part of my experience with other organizations such as the Commonwealth Bank and American Express. So yeah, my interest in marketing is really about solving real problems for customers. I think there's a lot of value that marketing can bring about finding problems that people have and looking for innovative solutions to solve those problems.
So the thing I wanted to talk to you about today, Ben, like as I mentioned before, marketing is such a massive field, right? And it can be absolutely overwhelming for new people coming into business. They've got, say, a great product or an idea for a service or product, and then it comes time to like, okay, we need to get this out there, and they just have no idea where to start, right? So my challenge to you in this conversation is to put yourself in that founder's shoes, a founder with no prior marketing knowledge or experience. So if someone came to you and said, Ben, look, here's where we're at and here's what I'm trying to achieve, but I know nothing about marketing, like what would be the three number one things you would tell them to focus on first, like to set themselves up powerfully for hopefully what will become a successful marketing program or experience?
Yeah, I would say the first thing to focus on would be understanding the customer. And this sounds really easy, but it's actually quite difficult. There's a lot of founders that I meet that have a great idea about, a solution, but what they don't understand is the customer that they're trying to serve and the problem that solution is going to fix. And a lot of people think that marketing is about ads and billboards and TV commercials. But really the first part of marketing is really understanding the audience or the customer. And so we recommend creating some personas. So personas or mindsets is a really useful tool to help you identify who your target buyer is. And as you build that persona, you can really develop the needs that person has and how your product or service can really meet those needs. And that's really the base of any good marketing campaign, is a really good understanding of the customer, their needs, and how the product or service will meet those needs.
Now, you've worked for some large companies, both prior to starting Human Digital and obviously with Human Digital. So will these strategies work just as well for like really small first-time founders? Like, let's say I'm just trying to build a product and maybe I'm just going to try and go sell it in the local marketplace.
Mm.
You still recommend that the first thing we do is sit down and map out these mindsets or personas?
For sure. Yeah. I think it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or you're a large organization. It just means that you have more likelihood for success. And as you build out these personas, you might find that the business idea that you have doesn't have a place in the market as it exists today. And that what that means is that you can save a lot of time and money before going out and spending money on marketing or product or buying supplies. Really make sure that there is a market for the service or product that you're looking to sell. So it's super critical whether you're just starting out or if you're a large organization.
Cool. Okay. So let's say now I've done my homework and I've sat down and I've mapped out, ideally, let's say 3 different types of buyers. Right. I think that's a good number. What do I do next? Now what?
So you would want to talk to those customers. You would want, if you have those 3 personas, so let's say you want to launch in the markets, you can go along to the market and talk to people. You know, it's really important that that founders and startups are talking to customers really regularly. So if you've got a digital solution, looking for ways to have video calls. If you're in person, that's even better. You know, talk to the customers about your product, get their impressions, what they like, what they don't like, what they think about the price, what they think about the packaging. You know, you want to get in front of as many customers or potential customers as possible to make sure that you've got that market fit.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. And like talking to customers, you know, we're telling founders to get out of the building and go talk to those customers early. And for a lot of them, they're like, that sounds scary. You know, but really, you know, there's no real shortcutting that, right? Because hey, if we're supposedly building a product or service to help them, you're probably going to want to be able to have a chat to them. So cool. Okay, so we're going to get out and go talk to those founders and get some actual real feedback. Yeah, what else should we be doing after that?
So you should be checking out competition. So, you know, in the market, there will be competitors, whether they're direct or adjacent to the product or service you're looking at. You know, you don't need to recreate the wheel. Go out and check out those businesses, have a look at their websites, follow them on socials, look at their Instagram, check out LinkedIn, go shopping, buy it, you know, see what the experience of purchasing that product is, use the product. You can learn a lot about what works and what doesn't by doing that competitive research. Have a look at the prices that they're charging, have a look at how they're marketing, what platforms are they marketing on, and also talk to the customers that you talk to about your competitors and get their feedback on what they do and don't like. You can learn a lot from both customers and competitors, and the more you do, the more likelihood again that you're going to have a product that is going to be successful in the market.
Can we touch on AI and its growing influence or growing capability in the sphere of marketing? I know already I've spoken to founders who, you know, their go-to for any knowledge or any job is ChatGPT or Bard or, you know, any one of the other generative AI platforms that are emerging. Is it as simple as a founder being able to just, hey, go along, choose your favorite AI app and tell it to write yourself, say, a marketing plan or, I don't know, even come up with these, say, buyer personas? What are you seeing happening out there, and what are some things that founders should be wary of if they're looking to use AI?
So AI is a great tool, and I think everyone should be using it. Essentially, what the AI solutions do is regurgitate what's already out there. So the key thing about marketing is, what is your unique point of difference? And if you use a lot of AI or a lot of copy, you're going to be generic. And the real challenge, if you're going to market with a new product or service, and this is what you'll find out when you do that user research and competitor research, is what's your uniqueness? What is your unique value proposition within your business that's going to stand out? And I think definitely use AI to get the basics, get templates right, get ideas, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to do the hard work, which is what makes this product and business unique, because it's that uniqueness and that differentiation that's going to get your market share. Because if you go out with something that's just a regurgitated version of what everyone else has already done, maybe that will be successful, but you've got more likelihood to be successful if you're differentiated.
And that speaks back to a lot of the work you've already talked about around building out your ideal customer personas. Really checking that you've got the basics right before you launch your product. Because in my experience, once you've already launched and now you're trying to market something, it's if you haven't got that market fit right, or if you haven't identified the need properly, you're trying to market something that the market maybe doesn't want. It's just going to be hard work.
And you could put a lot of money into ads that there's no market for. So it really doesn't matter how much money you have to spend on those ads if you haven't got that market fit right and you don't understand your customers and where you fit with competitors. You're not going to get a great return on that investment.
So for the small business owner sat here in New Zealand thinking, right, I've got a limited budget which I can put into social media advertising. Where are we sitting now as compared to say 5 years ago in terms of like advising on, I don't know, where you might allocate that budget across the platforms? Are there any that you just stay away from now, or that you just recommend people not put their money into? What are you saying?
So our advice hasn't changed. You want to follow your market. So it reflects back on that customer research. You want to talk to your customers and find out what they're using. Let's say you've got a new product. Let's say it's a new surfboard that you're marketing. So you want to talk to surfers. What social media platforms are those surfers on? What radio stations do they listen to? Who's their favorite artist? What magazines do they read? Because the point about marketing is you want to be where your target customer is. So it's not particularly about which platform does or doesn't work. The important question to ask is, where are your customers? And from a digital perspective, what are they using? Are they on TikTok? Are they on Instagram? Are they using Threads? That's the real question. And that question the answer will never change. You want to know your customer and know where they are so that you can be there too.
Awesome. Well, that's been some awesome advice there for all the founders out there, these exciting new products and services to take to market. If you're wondering where to start with your marketing, Ben's just given us 3 top tips of what you should be thinking about. So Ben Van Rooy, founder at Human Digital, joining us from Auckland today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Richard.